What's up, Mecha fans, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about the latest Gundam collaboration, and that is with Call of Duty Mobile. Now, this is not the first Call of Duty collaboration that they've done. Last year, they actually did a collaboration with Call of Duty Warzone, or the main Call of Duty game at the time, where they had skins for Ariel, Shaz Zaku, and then the RX-78-2, except there were kind of like costumes for players, so they looked a little bit weird, and they weren't, they weren't quite the Gundam mobile suits that we know and love. But then they came out with this one for COD Mobile, where they kind of just forgot about trying to make things fit in with the game and look realistic and just thought, we're just going to throw the actual mobile suits in the game. So let's talk about whether or not it is a good collaboration and my general thoughts on it. But before I dive into it, please do leave a like on this video and subscribe if you're a fan of mecha anime content and want to see plenty more videos like this in the future. Also, head on down to the comments section below. If you've been playing the Call of Duty Mobile Gundam season, then let me know your thoughts on it as well. I think the best thing about this collaboration is that it's not afraid to actually take the franchise that it's trying to represent in Gundam and maintain the essence of it. It doesn't try to kind of morph it into this weird thing where it's very loosely Gundam, but it's so much more of like a Call of Duty thing. No, they just looked at this and thought, right, people didn't like the last Call of Duty collaboration that we did because it just didn't look right. It was like very cosplay-esque because it still tried to maintain the aesthetic of military soldiers, but then putting Gundam elements onto it. But then with this one, they just said, right, we're just going to make them operators, and we are literally going to put like the new Gundam, the Wing, I think it's the Wing Zero that's in there, the Freedom, the Sazabi, and they just put them in. Like, they don't try to make them like look like costumes for people or anything like that, or skins. They are literally the mobile suits, maybe shrunken down to be the size of, the other players, but at the end of the day, it's still like very much these mobile suits that we know and love. And I think that's just the better way to go. Don't try to fit it in too much. Like, obviously, if you want to change it for a different art style, like with, Fortnite, for example, completely fair enough. I get trying to, like, visually kind of keep it in line with that, but don't try to make it into, like, a person. Like, that kind of thing doesn't work, and I think they really did learn the lesson from the last collaboration. So in this, they literally just threw in the mobile suits as they should look. Not only did they throw the mobile suits into the main Call of Duty multiplayer there, they actually made an entirely separate game mode, which is the Gundam Deathmatch. And this is essentially Gundam Battle Operation 2-esque thing where, you got like 5v5, everyone has 3 lives each, and you're trying to defeat the enemy, or the enemy team, and just get rid of all their lives. And it's a very basic setup, but what I like about it is that it's something different within there. It's not trying to be the main Call of Duty. They essentially just made a smaller little Gundam game, which, is very small, let's face it, like it's one game mode, it's basically the same thing every time, but they still made something that doesn't try to fit too much into everything else that they've done with Call of Duty and the main mobile game. So it just kind of feels like its own little separate Gundam game within Call of Duty Mobile. And I think that's really cool. Like, again, it's not the most amazing thing ever. It's just a pretty substandard deathmatch thing where you do lock on, you have like, a number of like sub-weapons and weapons and little abilities, and you got to wait for cooldowns on them. So it's very much like taking the essence of like Gundam Battle Operation, for example, or a lot of other Gundam games out there. But again, one of the things that's great about it is that it is actually just the mobile suits, and visually I think it looks really good. Honestly, like, in terms of a Gundam game that the fans would want, this is the kind of aesthetic that we want, where the Gundams look realistic to a degree, but they still are exactly the same designs. It's not trying to be some different art style. It's like, okay, AAA visuals kind of thing, like that kind of style for Gundam. And we just don't have that. So to finally have it in Call of Duty Mobile, of all things, is a little bit weird, but I hope it's a good sign moving forward for Gundam in gaming. Aside from that, there's a load of cool customization items, like they've got an entire Gundam Battle Pass where, you got different emblems and calling cards and weapon skins and things like that. So there's cool, like, little details for Gundam fans and things that, like, yeah, if you actively play Call of Duty Mobile and you're also a Gundam fan, it's just a nice crossover thing, and to have like all these different bits of art and the way that you can like kind of customize your operator, customize your weapons, all that kind of stuff, and make them look Gundam-esque. I just think is cool. Like, it's the stuff you would expect, but again, because it's like a full season based around Gundam, there's a hell of a lot there, which is really cool to see. And like I said, you can get the operators as well. One thing I will say is that they're so difficult to get because if you really do desperately want them, you do kind of have to pay and get the COD points. There's ways to get them otherwise, but it takes so much grinding, and there's like a slim chance of actually getting them, so it's much easier just to pay for them. I haven't done that. I don't plan on doing that. If I do somehow manage to get one of them, currently I'm prioritizing the new Gundam in terms of like the percentage of chance of getting it. Like, I'll be happy, but I'm not about to spend money on it because I don't really care too much about it. So overall, as far as Gundam collaborations go within games, I think this is quite easily the best one, to be fair, especially when it comes to collaborating with popular games, because we've had like 3 main ones, being the Gundam Fortnite, which honestly I would say is the worst one we've got. Like, that thing was terrible. I did a video on it if you guys want to watch me slating that, if you will. But also we did get that first Call of Duty collaboration as well, which again wasn't great, but there's elements in there that are decent enough. And then we've got this that really feels like they put at least some effort into it. They went out of the way to make something within the game that kind of feels separate and does nicely pay tribute to Gundam and the mobile suits. And then, there's just so much in here that I think is really cool, and most of it is free as well. So I definitely think it is worth giving a go because, again, Call of Duty Mobile is free. You can play this Gundam Deathmatch mode that's in there for free. It's worth a try. It's not incredible, but as far as these gaming collaborations go with Gundam, like I said, this is probably the best one that we've got. Hopefully, though, it's a good sign that in the future, we will get more that are even better than this. But those were my fairly quick thoughts on the COD Mobile Gundam collaboration. Before I get out there, please do leave a like on this video and subscribe if you are a fan of mecha anime content and want to see plenty more videos like this in the future. And like I said earlier, head on down to the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on this collaboration if you have played it, what's been your favourite element of it, and which operator skin are you aiming for. Like I said, I'm aiming for the new Gundam, but I'm interested to know what you're looking for as well. Thank you once again for tuning into Mecha Chat today, and I'll see you guys next time.